Morgantown, West Virginia, home to the Mountaineers and a fan base that has been, shall we say, preparing since early in the Mountaineers will put total leather to crank us up. On the move from inside his 5. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. So the Arizona Wildcats offense takes the field. There he is, the man who makes everything go, and they believe they're going to score every time they touch it when he's on the field, Jesse.
He plays with unbelievable confidence, Reese. Always knows where to go with the football. The entire playbook is at this guy's disposal.
Yeah, which is so much fun for a coach. So much fun to play with him. A guy that can do everything. Everybody on the field is active in a weapon.
Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? But if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, dude.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field. So West Virginia's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And if these two guys wind up getting matched up, David, we'll see what wins, speed or force.
Yeah, and you love to be physical and set the tone, and this linebacker does that consistently. Now, Jeff.
And they get the sack just like that.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake is going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
On second down, looking again to throw. He's got it. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Ball spotted at the 27. They're facing a 3rd and long to try to keep their hopes of a touchdown. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. And the Mountaineers line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use his first punt to pin him deep. Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. Arizona sending the offense onto the field. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. He wants to throw. And they're on him immediately. Down goes the quarterback. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Now facing a 3rd and long. Covering it up, and let's get it back. Gets a turnover. The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right.
And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now.
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. He spent his whole career in
time and time again.
There are very few players, I think, in college football, David, that you need to know where they line up each and every play because they are going to disrupt everything. This guy has been that all throughout his career. 40 sacks. That is unbelievable.
This is why quarterbacks always take care of their offensive line. This is why they feed them in the offseason, invite them to the house, buy them gifts, take care of the big boys, because they take care of you, and those numbers start to pile up.
And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Trying to find his man on first down. Incomplete. He threw that one up for grabs and into traffic. Fortunate to get it back. After misfiring, it's second down. He's looking to throw. Using his feet to buy time. He'll fire to his right. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Right down the middle. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. So the offense will go for it around midfield. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. And after a nice gain, the runner just scoops out of bounds. Arizona comes out with another first down. Looking to throw it again. The sweet feet buy a little time. At the 20, he's got space. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. Fast motion from the offense. From the gun. Into the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Wildcats. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. West Virginia has it, and the offense ready to go to work. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
Last drive, that 3.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass D. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on third and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line. The Mountaineers will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And it looks as if there will be no return here as the punt goes out of bounds. Arizona has it back, the offense coming out to bear down. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse. And they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just...
And it's picked off. Trying to take it back. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Sometimes the quarterback puts that zip on it, and you can hear it, and sometimes he uses the lob wedge where it takes a little time to get there. That time, he used the lob wedge, and the defender came in and made the interception. Big play for this defense early.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. That's the end of the quarter, and Arizona has the lead here. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed connection on third down. And the Mountaineers decide to punt it away. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Arizona Arizona sending the offense onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? You're going to be a great player. You got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Finds his big tight end. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He's looking to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver. Long incompletions are okay. You got to take shots. You got to make big plays in college football. I love that you're taking shots. Keep taking them. Some of those are going to come home. Some of them aren't. But when they come home, they equal big-time points.
Skips away from pressure. Going to try to get it himself. And he's running in the open. And he has vexed this defense with scramble after scramble, has another first down. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Winding up to add another. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Arizona 14, West Virginia 0.
And he's going to try to return this one. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah.
The ball pops out. Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble. The Mountaineers want to move quickly.
Man, what a break. Great job falling on the football. Great job having some awareness. The running back coughed it up, but teammates there to pick him up, fall on the football. Listen, it's lucky, but it's a good job by the offense.
Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. Wow, this offense is just stuck in the mud. They've already punted 4 times, and it's third down now. Grab near the sticks. It's Jones. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. And the Mountaineers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Going up top on first down. And they got him for the sack.
That is now the 7th sack on defense. This offense cannot protect their QB. It doesn't matter if the defense is blitzing or if they're just winning one-on-one. 7 sacks. That's just ridiculous.
Getting some heat. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't.
And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack. The Mountaineers will bring the punt team onto the field. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. Arizona has it back. The offense coming out to bear down. They're going to throw it to start the drive. He'll take a shot. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, let's recap that top 5 matchup that just went final moments ago. Missouri was able to finish off a close one in Columbia. They did just enough both offensively and defensively to come away with the dub. Hey, survive and advance. Each week in college football, the tests are just so tough. Although nothing compares to a top 5 duel, a revealing outcome with massive implications, man.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Looking to pass on second down. Quick completion on the out route. Finally run out of bounds, but he has his offense rolling with a first down. They'll try to snap it quickly.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
The give from the gun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Loses one. Brings up second down.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover. The offense starts with a short field. He's going to pass. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And the returner will be dragged down. West Virginia has it in the offense ready to go to work. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over.
And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. From the gun, running back gets the give. Tried to get him a little breathing room, and they're still suffocating in their own end. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. From the gun, running back on the move. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Looking for a productive play on first down. Trying to start the drive with a pass. They're bringing heat. He's going to fire into the gut of the defense. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. Looking to throw. Fires to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Arizona.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And they'll get him on the ground as the offense. Start the next drive. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like, this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. Looking to move it through the air. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Feeling some heat. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Hands it off. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. And the Mountaineers will try to pin them back with the punt. He gets a block, and the returner will be knocked down. Arizona sending the offense onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Quickly out to the tight end. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. Second and very short here for the offense. He's looking to throw. Zings it complete to the right. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it first and goal. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. And he will score! Touchdown, Wildcats!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. And the returner is stopped. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Here's the handoff. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, what a pleasure it's been to watch these two teams thus far there in Morgantown.
Arizona will kick off to get the second half underway. And he's going to bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. West Virginia has it in the offense ready to go to work. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this third quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head.
This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity and the same level of execution.
Well, Jesse, it's easy to look good on the field when you look